Hi, my name is Ana Wright, and we're here live at the Pulaski County YMCA for a dedication.
Just like that.
How's everyone doing?
Great.
What an awesome opportunity this is today. I was thinking about today and dedicating the gym to Mr. Hanks. And yesterday, I was coaching my son's Mike tackle football team, second and third graders. And we had some kids on the team. One boy is 199 pounds as a third grader. You can imagine how big that is. And we have 3 boys that are probably 40 pounds. And yesterday we were doing something in practice where we were throwing the ball and the smaller guys could not get it. But we kept fighting for them. We kept cheering for them. We kept pushing for their best. And one of the guys finally caught that ball in his hand, and he looked, and he just froze in time looking at the ball, and everybody cheers. Everybody screaming. We're running around the field. He looked at Coach Megan. He said, "Miss Megan, Coach Megan, somebody must have been praying for me." Because he finally caught it. And I served on Coach Hanks' basketball staff. And the thing that Coach Hanks did that I took from that was, Coach Hanks fought for the best in everybody. He fought for them. It didn't matter if you were the best player on the team, the player that nobody expected anything from. He fought for everybody. We've had conversations, and Mr. Hanks did the same thing. It didn't matter your skin color. It didn't matter what side of town you grew up on. It didn't matter your age. He fought for the best in everybody. And what my dream is for this gym, when we dedicate this in the honor of him, is that it's a gym that fights for the best in everybody. That it doesn't ask you what your skin color is. It doesn't ask you what your age is. It doesn't ask you what your last name is or what side of town you grew up on. It says when you step in this gym, we fight for your best. And that's what we have to do as a community. And so Coach Hanks said that, I heard him talking to a young kid, he said, "I made the most shots in this gym." I'm going to give that honor to Coach Hanks. I'm going to give that honor to Coach Hanks as long as he recognizes that I had the best shooting percentage. All right? All right. So when we have this, I just want to say thank you to the Hanks family for everything that you did. I had a father in my life, and he raised me to be a man. And my dad, I love him. He's my hero. And thankfully, though, it takes a village. Coach Hanks was part of that village and helping me be a coach that I am today. And that's what it takes. And this gym is going to be a village. Many people have come through this gym. Many people will go through this gym. And we have to make sure that we fight for the best in their lives.
Thank you. Thank you, Gary. Well, I'm Dave Atkins. I'm the CEO here. And it's hard to follow Gary Hash Jr., okay? But what I want to do today is I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the Hanks family. And it's hard for me to talk about this without getting a little bit nervous and a little bit emotional, because I don't think you guys know what you mean to me. And Faye and I served on the board together for many years. And I still think about things that you told me, Faye, and it meant so much to me. And Hank, you don't know this, but I doubt you'll remember this, but there was one day on my road to ministry that I saw you at the Exxon station down there at the interstate. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, this was the happiest guy I'd ever seen. And he put an arm around me and gave me a half hug. And I said to myself right then, I said, I want what he's got. And that's why I went to Emmaus. And you don't know that, and I hope I didn't embarrass you, but you meant a lot to me as well. And Mark, the honor of getting to know you and your family has just been amazing. And Keaton in here almost every day, thank you. And without further ado, I think that we will, the best we can, kind of move over this way and do what we came here to do. Let me do this part out here, okay? This is the plaque that will honor the Carl and Faye Hanks Gymnasium here at the YMCA. And if you don't mind, I'm going to read this. Carl Hanks Sr. served as the CEO of the YMCA of Pulaski County from 1964 to 1984. His efforts during our formative years are what built our YMCA into the organization it is today. Both he and his wife Faye demonstrated the YMCA ideals of putting Christian values into practice through programs that build a healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. This gym is dedicated to Mr. Hanks and to you, Faye, and your family on September the 14th of 2025. And Faye, we're going to hang this. We're going to hang a duplicate of this. I had hoped to have it, but it broke in two on the way shipping here. So in the next couple of days, we'll have a duplicate of this plaque to hang beside the gym, along with the pictures that you provided us for the gala, because we thought that those were so appropriate. And additional to that, if you'll notice at the two doors to the gym, it now says the Carl and Faye Hanks Gymnasium. So I want to have the honor of presenting. Thank you. So, friends, if you'd like to take a look at the picture we hung there, or go around and talk to each other some, I think that's what we have for today. All right?
And food.
I'm sorry. You go right ahead.
And we have refreshments in the community room if you are interested. Wonderful cookies and cold drinks.
And please take part in that. All right. Thank you very much for coming.
It's very hard to say how much this means to us. My husband and then the family following, we have loved this place. And I said about my husband, he didn't say he was going to work, he was going to the Y. And it didn't matter whether he was sweeping the gym floor or checking the chemicals in the pool. He was happy because he was doing what he loved. And we passed that on to the children, and it has meant so much. And I'm sure that he is in the Y in the sky and looking down at his Pulaski Y today.
Do you all want to come in here in the community room?
This has been long overdue that we honor the Hanks family, because they were the first. He was the first CEO here at this facility, and built the YMCA into what it is today. And we talked in the early spring, late summer, that we wanted to do something to memorialize that and honor that. And we started a spring gala, which was well attended, and we also at that time decided that we would name our gymnasium after the Hanks family.
My name is Gary Hash II. I'm the president of the board here at the YMCA. And dedicating this gym to Mr. and Miss Hanks is just a tremendous honor. I've known the Hanks family for a long time. And one thing I've always noticed about them is their willingness to fight for the best in everyone. And it's our vision here at the YMCA that whoever steps in this gym, that we fight for their best, from the oldest to the youngest, no matter where they're from, how they look, what their last name is. We believe that each and every person that steps in that gym has a destiny and a calling and greatness on the inside of them. And we want to fight for that best and realize it here, not only for the YMCA, but for Pulaski County and the New River Valley. So in honor of Mr. and Miss Hanks, I can't think of a better family to be this gym to be dedicated for, and it's an honor to be a part of the process.
My name is Paige Cash. I'm the vice president of the board here at the YMCA. This place has been in existence for over 70 years, this particular building since the mid-70s. And we owe this building to Carl Hanks. And he ran it, not just the building, but the community. He managed the building and the community for the 20-year tenure that he was here. And he has left us with a tremendous legacy. the very least we can do is to recognize his great contribution with naming the gym after him. And so really it was not my idea at all. It was Dave's. And the rest of us just said, Dave, you're a genius. And we held a gala and started raising money for the Carl Hanks Senior Scholarship Foundation. And it pays for anyone who would like to come to the Y but cannot afford a membership. And it's a lot of people in our community. So because we're so grateful for his family lending his name to that foundation, and because he built this place, the gym, we needed to recognize that contribution. And so naming the gym, because it's in such a public area and people can see it walking up and down the hall, we felt that was that was a good thing to do.
Yeah, well, hi, I'm Carl Hanks Jr., but everybody calls me Hank Hanks, and that's because Mom and Dad decided that I would sound good with a matching number like number 88, Hank Hanks, when they announced me at the ball game. So actually, I became a doctor instead of famous athlete, but I remember Dad used to apologize to us for how much time he spent up here at the Y, and we kept having to tell him, Dad, I mean, it's the best place in the world to grow up, and it was mostly because he believed it was a Christian ministry, and he believed that it was important. He believed everybody who came through the door was important. So he treated him like that. And I don't know when I came back to the county how many people told me that they got Y memberships because he worked out for them to do a work study or found a way for him to come up. And he kind of knew what was going on, but he was able to keep the discipline and still treat them with respect. So he came to town. We came to town in '64 at my 5th birthday, so he could build the Y. He had 2 fundraisers that Mark and I helped lick stamps for. Back then, you didn't have a way to lick them; you just licked them and folded them and sent out all the letters yourself. But so I remember this place opening. I still call it the new Y after all these years, which is 55 years now, I guess. But he did it for as long as he felt it was needed, and turned the reins over to somebody else. But while he was here, he taught half the county to swim. And I just couldn't be prouder that they've named the gym in his honor. I think that there's maybe never been a more deserving person. He's the salt of the earth, and we miss him. But Mom, of course, her name's on the door too, and boy, she had to put a lot into it too, because how many hours he was up here fixing boilers or anything. But anyway, I'm very appreciative of this honor and for Mom and for everybody, and I hope that some of that legacy of putting the actual Christian into the YMCA is kept, not just for belief, but how you treat people, like they talked about today. So I'm very thankful. Thank you all.
My name's Mark Hanks, Carl Hanks' son. We moved here in 1964. Dad was the Y director just outside Cincinnati, where I was born. And we moved down here because he was from Galax and Mom was from Roanoke. They had met at Emory and Henry, and that's another story. But anyway, and he came back and went to Springfield College, which where a lot of people don't know, that's where basketball was invented, but it's also where the YMCA was started. So he came back and got his master's there on the GI Bill, and so his love for the Y certainly passed along to not just my brother and my sister and I, but anybody he came in contact with. My cousins here, Linda, and she lived with us when I was before this building was built. She had never been in here. She used to work in the old Y for him as a part-time job. But anyway, I was in *64. I was 3 years old, and I was one of the first 3 child care members ever. Dad started the child care because they had to have some money. That was really the only moneymaker we could use. Virginia Maid had a pool on the other side, but we always used to joke. Dad probably at one point taught about half the people in Pulaski County how to swim. So, but he certainly passed along his love for sports to us. It was a huge influence on me when I, during my career of teaching and coaching. I was just my passion for helping kids and everything. I think he passed along every day, and really that's the legacy I think that here at the Y. We want to make sure that this legacy lasts and is passed along to new generations. We so enjoyed, I had a couple of friends here today that grew up coming to the Y here, and it was just no place better to grow up, you can imagine. He'd get up in the morning at 5:30 and run a little shuttle service up here to childcare and then take them to school because back then, we had all the factories in town. So that was a big reason the child care, but that really boosted, uh, the YMCA, because that's really where a lot of the money initially came from. We're from Pulaski and Coleman Furnitures and Virginia Made and Jefferson Mills were really the big donors in this to get this built. But that's my childhood. Remembering Dad, working all hours to try to raise money and get this thing built. And so when it opened in '71, it was really a palace then, and I think it's been well kept, well maintained through the years, and just so fortunate. And I think it's so appropriate for them to name the gym after Mom and Dad, because as a coach, one of the best advice I ever got is a coach, you better have a really strong wife by your side, because there's a lot of things that go into supporting a coach, and same would be hold true even more so for a YMCA director, because the hours that he spent here, my mom was by his side 100%, never complained or anything, and so, and still to this day, she's getting ready to be 93, and she still gets up here with my son Keaton at least 3 times a week. So I think that's fitting, and I really appreciate the board and everybody that made this happen. And like if you haven't been to the YMCA in a while, I really think you ought to come give it a go, because there's just so many things going on here that year round, that something for everybody. Thank you.
Our YMCA is it's a community center that we have not just physical activities and not just gymnasium, but we do swimming lessons for all the second grade students in Pulaski County that have parental permission. We have a daycare center here. We do all of the after school care at the elementary schools. And we are a Toys for Tots distribution site as well as a collection site. We are among 2 in this county that does that. Additionally, we provide programming for seniors, and this is a buzzing place during the day on weekdays. And we're glad that we're able to do it. We're glad we're providing these services.
Be sure to check out the YMCA of Pulaski County on Facebook, or go by for a visit. This is Ana Wright reporting on the scene for PCTV News.